Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of my new project, Run with Groove. I'm Blanca, German long-distance runner, 23 years old, and this series is movement-based, designed to help body-mind connection, coordination and overall health, whether you are running, training or simply moving through daily life. The goal is simple, to make movement something you look forward to, not something you force. Run with Groove will consist of 7 episodes, and in each one we will explore one tool, one idea or one simple practice that will help you move better, feel better and ultimately perform better. So stay curious. So who is this really for? Overall, everyone can benefit from the series, but we will primarily explore it through what's most beneficial for runners, since I'm a runner myself and this channel is built around it. I'm constantly working to grow, to refine my movement and to understand my body more deeply. And I want to bring you along so you can elevate your performance while keeping joy, flow and body awareness at the heart of your training. So stay curious. Before we begin though, I want to acknowledge Lawrence van Lingen, whose work truly inspired me to create this whole series in the first place. Lawrence van Lingen is an incredible movement teacher, and I deeply appreciate not only his knowledge, but how generously he shares it. He puts high-quality practice videos out on YouTube and on Instagram so that anyone, not just runners or athletes, can explore movement, learn and enjoy. What I respect most is that his work isn't about copying shapes, it's about understanding how your body actually works. So everything I share here is inspired by his teaching and my own experience applying it as a long-distance runner. So a big shout out and thank you to Lawrence van Lingen. With that being said, let's start today's episode with the tool that completely changed my own running and my relationship with movement: the flow rope. First and foremost, for anyone unfamiliar, let me explain what a flow rope actually is. A flow rope is a special rope, usually with thick knots at each ends, and you move it around your body in flowing patterns and cycles. Unlike a traditional jump rope where speed is often the goal, the flow rope is all about rhythm, control and what I like to think of as a kind of moving meditation. That's why the flow rope can be such a powerful tool for you as an athlete, because we as runners are used to pushing through discomfort all the time. That's part of the sport. But over time that can show up in subtle ways like stiff shoulders, tense arms or posture that slowly starts to collapse. Even when we are tired, we can usually keep running. The fitness is there, but sometimes it just doesn't feel good anymore, and therefore the movement can become more heavy and less smooth. Maybe the issue isn't always conditioning, maybe sometimes it's flow. And when that sense of flow is missing, running can feel inefficient and harder than it needs to be. So before we dive into specific exercises and how you can integrate the flow rope into your daily training, let's first explore what consistent practice with it can unlock so you can restore that sense of flow in your running. The first benefit is rhythm. The flow rope can help you get a natural rhythm in your motion. As you move your body in a slowly, deliberately way, you train your arms, legs and core to work together more smoothly, which can result in a more rhythmic running feeling as you train your whole body. The second benefit is posture and efficiency. Even though the flow rope looks playful, it's actually serious work for your body. While flowing, you constantly engage your core, upper body and rotational muscles, all important for maintaining posture and running efficiency. And often at the end of a long run, it's not the legs that fail first, but posture and coordination. Flow rope can train exactly those systems without adding more impact or extra fatigue. And last but not least, benefit number 3 is body-mind connection. The biggest advantage I have noticed while using the flow rope is that it puts you into a flow state. You have to stay present, you stop overthinking and you simply move, adjust and respond. And that can carry exactly into your running. Instead of fighting your body or forcing the pace, you start listening and trusting your movement. Of course, there are many more benefits, but as I mentioned earlier, we will mainly focus on what helps us as runners, so the information stays useful and doesn't become overwhelming. For me personally, using the flow rope has made a noticeable difference in my system. My lower back feels looser, which is usually the tight spot, and my upper body feels more relaxed too. Generally speaking, my range of motion and my mobility throughout my whole body improved a great deal. Of course, everyone is different, but for me these changes have made my running feel much smoother and much more effortless. With that said, let's dive into the final part of this episode and look at how you can integrate the flow rope into your daily training. The good news is you don't need long sessions. 5 to 10 minutes as a warm-up or anytime you feel like moving is already good. Personally, I like using it in the morning because it helps my body wake up and get me ready for my run. It doesn't matter though when you do it, just remember the key is not to force it. Let it something you enjoy. And when you start, focus on relaxed shoulders, smooth movement and steady breathing. From there, you can begin with simple basics like the backward swing, the dragon roll, the ace or the bowler. And then simply start flowing. Note that I'm not going to break down every exercise in detail here, but I have linked a few videos in my description that personally helped me a lot when I was getting started, so you will have great material to begin exploring your first moves on your own. Let's move on then. Over time you can play around with the rope. Try more advanced skills like the peacock, the sneak, Hanuman stance or the Billie Jean. Or, as you improve even more, you can level up to heavier rope options. But those shouldn't be taken lightly, since the added weight can increase injury risk if you are not prepared for it. The upside is that you don't need any of that to get the benefits. A light rope and a few basic moves are already powerful to create the effects we are looking for. Think of it as a movement hygiene. You are not trying to set records with it, you are just keeping the body moving well so the run feels better. Remember, it's not about force, it's about flow. And with that, we have reached the end. But before you go, let me leave you with one last thought. The flow rope teaches you that running isn't just forward motion. It's also rhythm, coordination and flow. Or in other words, it's groove. And when groove becomes part of your running, everything can change. In the next episodes, we will explore more ways to improve your running through movement, rhythm and body awareness. So stay tuned. If you enjoyed this episode, you are free to like and subscribe. Share it with a running friend and let me know in the comments what brings groove into your run. Thanks for watching, have a great day or night wherever you are, see you in the next one and always remember, run with groove.